I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're speaking with a fantastic author. His name is Ron Reel, and he has written a remarkable book. It is called Overcoming All Odds. I Overcame Poverty, Illnesses, and Abuse. It is a powerful memoir that recounts the author's challenging upbringing and his journey to overcome these obstacles through education and personal resilience. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Sweet Spire Literature Management for helping us put him in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like him by subscribing to our channel. Ron, thanks so much for being our guest today.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
Your story is very, very inspiring. You did overcome a lot. All of us have burdens in life. Some of us have more than others. You had more than your fair share, it seems. What made you decide to put this all down on paper so other people might learn from your story?
Well, I think that the most important reason was that I was one of those children who almost won at everything I tried, but I didn't quite succeed. I was afraid to dream that I could succeed. And finally, it is a tribute to the teachers, two of them, who taught me different things that allowed me to overcome the odds that I was facing. But it was mainly to say to other people, I am so ordinary, I am so average, that if I could overcome these things, anyone who sets their mind to can also.
Absolutely. Was there a pivotal moment in your life or in your childhood that gave you the resilience or the grit to face these challenges?
When I was very young, I think I was in the third grade, the doctors told my mom and dad I only had 6 months to live. And at that time, I had rheumatic fever and there was no cure. And I was so afraid of dying. And one night, my mom, who was Cherokee Indian, my dad was Irish, neither could read or write. And she was sitting beside me and was trying to calm me and to take the fever away by putting cold water over me. And she said, I have knowledge that you are going to succeed, son. You're not going to die. And I said, but how can you know that? And she said, let's just wait, because it always happens that what is supposed to take place does. And so from that moment on, I knew that if I could get out of that illness, because I had many of them, I would always strive to try to do what I could to make sure that I could leave the agricultural fields.
Well, it sounds like you had a wonderful mother who was very, very strong, who helped you through some dark times. You also mention in the book the impact that teachers and mentors played in your life and the roles that they had. Is there one particular teacher or one particular story you'd like to share with us about how they helped to change you, how they helped to make you the person you are today?
I think I would have to give the most credit to my ninth grade English teacher. And she said, you have so much talent. I need to get you into this class, but it's only for seniors. So I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will. And she went to the principal and said, I need you to allow me to put this one young man in this class, and was speed reading. And she said, Ron, if I can get you in this class and you are able to read better and faster, you will be able to go to college and still work. And I went from reading 100 words a minute to 1,200 words a minute, which allowed me to carry 23 to 26 units a semester in college and still work full time and put myself through school. So in one sense, I give her 50% credit. And then there was another teacher who said, I'm going to teach you speech. I want you to learn how to do public speaking. And she put me in some local contests, and I kept getting second place. And it was, the comments would come back, you should have won, but we gave it to a senior, you have 3 more years, or you didn't quite look the part of what we were anticipating. Well, I didn't have the clothes that the other students did. So it was always second place. And it was that teacher said, no, you don't have to do that. You can succeed. And those two teachers, one taught me speed reading, one taught me speech.
Wonderful. The importance of teachers can't be overestimated. They really do help form and shape our lives. And we don't have them in every class. We don't have them for every subject. Like you, we all have maybe one or two who sees something in us that others don't see and gives us the resolve to keep going and to get ahead and to forge a great life. Your story is a testament to resilience and the strength of human spirit. What advice would you give to others who are facing difficult circumstances and challenges, particularly when they're dealing with poverty or abusive environments?
First, never give up. Never give up. There's always tomorrow. Second is to find someone that you can trust that believes in you. And then the third, I think is one of the most important, is you need to learn to love yourself.
Mm.
Because if we can learn to love ourselves, then we can love other people. But when we don't accept us as we are, or that we are inferior, there's always that doubt that clouds our decisions. And so trusting someone else, learning to love ourselves, sharing with those other people our desires, and then making sure that we are taking what they say to heart and striving, doing our part to get out of whether it's an abusive relationship or my father was very abusive towards us. And whatever that situation is to know that there is a tomorrow and that we can take possession of our own lives and do something about it.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, your book talks a lot about family dynamics, and support plays a central role in your memoirs. How has your family responded to your book? Has it brought about any changes or discussions within your family?
Well, I had 10 brothers and sisters, and there are only 4 of us that are still alive. And my twin, I did have an identical twin who passed away 5 years ago. But the 2 sisters that are still alive, they are very supportive of the book. They've revealed to me since that point that I wrote the book, because I sent them both the manuscript and said, I want permission to tell your story as well, and got that from both of them. And some of the other people who didn't know, it was very well hidden with abuse and stuff that took place. Some of the older cousins, aunts, and uncles, they said, well, that's not how we remember it. And as I say at the very beginning of the book, we all have different memories. And this is the memory that I have of it. And the family overall has been very supportive.
Yeah. Well, what's wonderful, and people do have different recollections of different events. Some people, for them, it might be a shield to protect themselves, even that they're recalling it a different way than the way you saw it. Education, it seems, was a key element in your path to success. Can you talk to us a little bit about the importance of education and how it can be a catalyst for change, especially for those who are dealing with adversity?
I am the true believer that education changes lives. If it hadn't been for my teachers that said you can go to college, and then I was so fortunate when I got to college that I found 2 teachers there also, both in speech area where I was majoring, that believed in me, that took the extra time and energy, that said you can do it, you can succeed. But education teaches and gives us resources. And I started teaching college when I was 23. I taught college for 40 something years. Along the way, I taught elementary school, I taught middle school, I taught junior high, high school, and college. And I have to say that I believe that when you get to heaven, if you have diamonds on your crowns, that those teachers who teach elementary and high school are going to have really huge diamonds, because they make the difference. They can say, you are loved, you are important. And it's during that time that we really need to hear that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ron Reel has written a very impactful book. It's called Overcoming All Odds. I overcame poverty, illnesses, and abuse. It is a very powerful life story that tells the author's challenging upbringing and how he overcame poverty, illness, and abuse. Ron, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
You are welcome. Thank you for the opportunity to share. And hopefully, anyone who reads this book, I've always said, if they let me know, if they need help, if they need somebody to listen, I will be there for them like someone else was there for me.
Wonderful. That's very kind of you. And perhaps some of our viewers, perhaps your readers will take you up on that. It is available everywhere books are sold. The links are below this interview. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.